Record. Yeah, quick review. The first four sections in chapter four, we've been doing everything up to this point sequentially. Line three, line four, line five, line six, line seven, line eight. Now all of a sudden we have decisions that are happening, and I might be skipping some lines. If average is greater than 90, do this. If it's not greater than 90, I skip down to line 25. We had this world of flow charts. And in the lecture videos, that's something you would have seen. This is a single alternative. Depending on this, if it's true, you do that. Otherwise, you do nothing. We have the double alternative. That's where this new word else came in. Older languages used to have the word then. If this is true, then do all this. But then has been eliminated, just to throw that in there. There's the relational operators. There's six of them. You're going to tell me on the test. This is a test question. I think I even said that once. What do? They compare expressions. What's the result? A Boolean. How many are there? Six. One, two, three, four, five, and six. This is the equals operator. This is the assignment operator. Yeah? Savannah, you remember all this stuff from watching those videos? Yeah?
Yes.
Good. We had, some more of the notes. If a character equals single quote A, ooh, we have different things going on here. And we talked about this whole nesting of if statements. Once I start an if statement, all of this stuff is going to be this is true. I do from this brace to this brace, left or right. If not, it does this brace to this brace. So you can see where lines of code could possibly get skipped. Another one to save us a whole bunch of indenting instead of saying if blah 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 else, and we could just keep doing the if else, if else, if else. I think something like this is going to be on the test. This guy was the default down at the end. Questions on those four sections? You watched them, you feel good about them. Now, I just asked the last class because I'm doing the same thing with them. Do you like being able to watch the videos on your time and then coming to class and getting your hands dirty instead of sitting here having,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And most people do. The only downfall I found is one girl said, well, I'd like to ask questions as we go. I said, well, email them to me, but I do definitely see that is a downfall. So we're going to do a couple of programs. We're going to get our hands dirty. There's going to be one, there's going to be two, and there's going to be three of them once I put you in your groups. And the first one is a really popular one. Any intro type of course, you would do this as soon as you see if then else's. And it's going to be to calculate pay with overtime. Okay. Second one is determine if a number is odd or even. And the third one is we're going to go back to that quadratic program. And this is always good to do is to modify existing code. And when you go back, we're going to ask if the discriminant is less than zero. Because when we did it and we had a negative discriminant, we were trying to take the square root of a negative number. That's bad. But if the discriminant is zero, then we're going to do something where I'm going to have 3 plus 2i. I want to include that I as part of my answer. However, that's going to work out. So it's going to go back and modify it. Now, if we happen to get a discriminant that is negative, I'm going to change my display up. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take the discriminant and multiply it by -1, but I also want to make sure I add the I to the answer. Okay, before we move on, let's go up here with calculate pay with overtime. We did the similar thing in the last class. We started with test data. Yeah. We looked at an algorithm. I turned them loose and they're like, okay, did you get the first one done? Yeah, here it is. Well, what numbers did you put in? I don't, we just put numbers in. All right, let's put the test data in. By the way, your program didn't work. Wrong output from what we did with test data. All six groups in my 161. They were in such a hurry to program, the patient died. The answer was wrong. You got to get the patient to live before you can fix the fingers and the toes. All right. So, test data. I'm thinking of what would be some good test data. I need rate, I need hours, and I need what the pay is going to become. So, throw something at me. We're going to assume that hours is greater than zero. Well, we don't have to. We could say I get paid $4 an hour for 0 hours. My pay should be zero. Okay. $4 an hour for 10 hours, 40 bucks. Ian, how many hours did you work last week? Make up a number.
Let's just say
6.
25.
25 hours. Ian, what did you get paid?
$12 an hour.
$12.25 an hour. Oh, what the note, where's my notes? This needs to be a what data type?
Double.
Double. What about hours? What data type?
It could be an integer, but it would also be a double. I would make it a
Yeah, I
double.
could work 10 and a half hours. I better make that a double. And of course, my pay should end up being a double. Anybody have this answer for me? What's 25 times 12.5? You got a phone. Ask your phone.
312.5.
I'm sorry?
312.5.
312.5. Okay, so I got some early on test data. Now I want to do 40 hours at
So I
$10.
don't want to interrupt, but I got a different answer.
Uh-oh,
I got 306.25.
Oh,
306.25.
no, you're right. I messed up my number. I put
Okay,
12.5 instead of 12.25.
gotcha. Woo. Company, you're fired. HR's coming for you. This is nice. This is $400, right? If I work 41 hours at $10 an hour, what do I make for the first 40 hours? $10. And then how many hours are there after 40?
There's one, I guess,
Wait,
but
sorry,
you
what?
have
How'd you get
41
the
in the rate instead of in the hour
how'd you
section,
get
so it's
yeah,
confusing.
how'd you get 41? Or how'd you get one?
We subtracted 40, which is the standard work week, from 41 gets you
Okay. And then what would I
1.
multiply that by?
I don't know. Do we have an overtime pay
Time and a
listed or
half.
something like that?
Time and a half.
Wait, what? I don't even know what's going on.
So here's my first 40 hours. I made $10 an hour.
Uh-huh.
After that, I worked 1 hour of overtime.
Oh, okay. So
How did I calculate that?
this is
Yeah.
also
And then I took that times 15, which is 10 times 1.5. Would you all agree to that?
yeah.
That's my pay times 1.5.
Wait, where'd you get the 1.5 from?
Time and a half.
Huh?
Stan,
Would
So if
that's
it,
the
would that
standard
evaluate
overtime.
correctly, or do we need parentheses?
so if this is your overtime, you normally make $10 an hour. What would you make in your overtime?
Ah, I see.
50,
$15,
15,
right?
but
So
would
for
that evaluate correctly without parentheses?
yeah, because order of operations are going to do the parentheses first and get the 1 times 10, which is 10 times 1.5. You made an extra $15. So this should be 400 plus 1 times 10 times 1.5 plus another 15. You should get $415 for that. Now, me for this overtime. Well, first of all, the 40 is going to be straight up 40. Where's the 10 come from? Oh, come on. You guys, you're killing me.
I mentioned it. I said it. I said it, but you didn't
Jiminy
hear me.
crickets. Am I recording this? Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the hours. This is the rate. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. So 40 times, what's the 10?
Um,
That's your pay rate
it's your,
That's my
now, I
rate.
guess. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Plus, where's the 41 come from?
But
That's
that's your
your-
hours worked,
The
right? Yeah.
hours minus, oh, I know I'm going to subtract 40 if I'm in this overtime thing, times that 10 again, which was rate, times 1.5. I did it by hand and it gave me my work. This is this is my regular pay. This is my overtime pay. And oh boy, I have test data already done for me. Doing the test data hopefully gets me to understand what's going on. So in here somewhere, I'm going to say input hours, input, and we like GUIs, rate. So far, so good. If hours is less than or equal to 40, pay is going to equal, and that's what we were doing up here. We were just taking this times this. Pay is going to equal what?
Hours times 10 or rate. Hours times rate, sorry.
Yeah, hours times rate. Else, that means we got into overtime. Pay is going to equal, well, I have my work done. This is going to be easy to code. We did all of the thinking ahead of time. Pay is going to be the first 40 times the rate plus however many extra hours times the rate times 1.5. Woo. Are you with me? Yeah, that's program one. Calculate pay with overtime. Separate program. Determine if a number is odd or even. Do you need a clue? If number equals 2 or number equals 4 or number equals no, no. Do you need a clue? Or you think you know how to do it?
Hmm.
Things that make you go, hmm. I'll
It
give you
wasn't
a
a code
clue
listing.
anyhow. There's your clue. Finally, if you can get back to that quadratic equation and modify it so that an I will print out. Lots of good hands-on today. I just use my mouse to scroll, but I'm gonna have to actually use my hand to scroll. My mouse didn't scroll that page up. This is the big one to get up and running first. Are you going to be using an if statement? Oh yeah, there it is. Second one, odd or even. We're going to use this over and over and over and over again in computer science. That along with its concept. And then if you get to it, modify this quadratic. Upload what you get working. Go look and see how some groups do it.